Hey Rams fans, welcome back to another edition of the St. Louis Rams High School Coach of the Week show presented by Charter. We're joined this week by Jim Stiebel, the head coach of Breese Mater Dei. The Mater Dei Knights defeated Breese Central in the annual Milk Bowl rivalry out in Breese, Illinois. Coach, welcome to the Charter Studios. Now explain to us, what is this thing called the Milk Bowl out in Breese, Illinois?
Well, I'm not actually from Breese, so I'm kind of an implant to the Breese, Clinton County area. But it's like the Super Bowl of Clinton County, as you can say. It's a big deal, you know, to the kids, to the parents, anybody in that area. They all know each other, so it's as big as you get for high school games in that area. Sure.
So a small town of 5,000 people roughly. There's two high schools. You guys traveled the short distance to Breese Central this year, come away with a 48-24 victory. It wasn't that easy early on. 20-18 at halftime. Yeah. I know we were out there with the Rams game of the week. You gave up touchdown passes of 22 yards, 56 yards, and 76 yards in the first half. Yeah. What was the conversation at halftime? What did you guys adjust?
Well, the week before we had some injuries in our backfield, our secondary, and we had some new guys stepping in there. So it kind of carried over a little bit, but we made some adjustments at halftime.
And that was very much obvious in the third quarter as your quarterback, Mike Martz, came out, really led your team both offensively, driving the ball down the field, had some nice drives, had some nice runs. And talk about his play, senior leadership as well.
He's an outstanding kid, hard worker, one of our captains chose by his peers. They were really, you know, we were running outside zone and they were biting on it. And so we were setting that up. And to me, it looked like they were reading backfield. So we took advantage of that, and we just kind of had the quarterback keep it and run power with the quarterback, and it was very effective. I don't know how many times we ran. It was probably 8 times for over 100 yards for Mike. So he had an outstanding night.
Yeah, and you talk about defensively, obviously the first half in the secondary, you guys struggled a little bit or had some miscues. Second half, I know I was sitting upstairs looking down, and I know guys like Logan Gershner and a couple of your defensive backs, because Central had to go to the air.
You bet.
They were putting it up there, and you guys really came through.
Well, we got to give some credit to our defensive line. Jordan Lampy did an outstanding job of forcing the guy to get rid of the ball quicker than he really wanted to. And then our D-backs, we had some miscommunication early, you know, coverage, and it was loud. It was, you know, a big atmosphere. So just a little bit of communication issues at 2 different times. One guy thought it was in a different defense and got himself out of position, and that's all you need to do. One guy mess up, and it can hurt a whole squad.
Sure, and we talked about the rivalry, and, you know, at the end of the game, it's pretty exciting. You guys take the milk can down to the end zone, and you're on the rival's field. It's a great feeling. All the fans are there, and now the series record is 28-7. Mater Dei leads the series 28-7 after this week's game. Just talk about the community backing that and being able to walk around with that pride. Now I know you've won the series year after year, but it's still a game every year.
Well, as soon as I got this job, not just more than one person has said this to me. The one thing you got to do, no matter what you got to do, is you got to beat Central. So that's how important it is in our community. We play for this Milk Bowl, and we should have probably brought it so for the fans to be able to see. We thought about that later. You know, they bring it out to practice all week long. It's in the lunchroom, at all the lunches. You know, everybody's going around tapping it. It has all the scores of all the games on the can itself. And it's just a big milk can about 3 foot tall. And you wouldn't believe what these guys will do, and they'll run through a wall for you to get that can back to Mater Dei.
I'm sure, and it's going to live there for the next year. That's got to be a good feeling.
You betcha, you betcha. It's just, it means everything to these kids. I mean, it's not just, one night. It's not just 1 year. It's a lifetime, of bragging rights versus their Central opponents.
Absolutely, and with that, it was an honor for us, the St. Louis Rams, to be out at the Milk Bowl for the St. Louis Rams High School Game of the Week. You being the winning coach, you're obviously here as the coach of the week, but our good friends at Charter, along with the Rams and the NFL, the Mater Dei football squad will receive a $2,000 grant for their football program. Where do you see those funds helping your team next year?
Well, if it's up to the kids, I know exactly where they want to go with it, and they're looking to get some new uniforms. Unfortunately, it's not my decision or the kids. It's going to be what runs our school and their athletics is our Father and Friends program. So I'll definitely have to talk to that board and see what they want to do with it, and tell them what our kids want to do with it, and then we'll come to some sort of agreement of what we do with that.
Well, that's great, Coach. It's an honor to have you here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate everything you're doing for the Knights over there in Breese, and thank you, Rams fans. Check in next week as we head to Troy, Missouri on Friday night to watch the Francis Howell Vikings take on the Troy Titans.